everyone, this is Lisa from No Problem Consulting. This video is let's study with me to get higher score on Solfit. So this is a brand new practice test that they just released in 2023. So let's see how things are getting better or worse, or it could be more difficult, or it could be much more easier. So as you guys already know, the practice test 1, the reading part, the time remaining is 10 minutes. So let's just try to get the answers together and see how I do it differently compared to your answering solution. Okay, so normally what I try is check the question first. And then the names. Names are really important. So this is the letter that was sent to Joanne from Tracy. And then there's a name called Benny. So we all see the Benny, Tracy, and Benny. Okay, so we need to know who Benny is. Okay, so there is a Benny. So what do you think the Benny is? I bet Benny is Tracy's husband or significant other. That's what I figure. Okay, so before I can just jump on these, I normally let you guys know that each paragraph have a higher chance to hold a answer key for those number 1 questions. I mean, they tend to put those information in order. So let's see if I could be right. And let's just try to answer those questions quietly for like 5 minutes. And then let's see what we can do. Okay? Okay, so if you guys gone through the entire paragraphs of it, and let's see if we can just answer this together. So Benny, what is Benny? Benny is food critics. So he's not a chef. Writes a report on the restaurant. If you don't know what food critic is, so critic is the key. So that is actually number 2. Who was in Paris last week? It's Joanne, because postcard received Europe, Paris, blah blah blah. So we just need to focusing on what Benny is, and then Benny is the food critics. So this is what food critic does. They write review for the restaurant that they visit. Okay, and Benny went with Tracy to a local restaurant. Benny went to the restaurant. What types of restaurant? What is this is special about this restaurant? That all the information can be found here. That had seen advertised in the newspaper. Had been recommended by a friend. They both soon regretted visiting. Was well established in the neighborhood. None of this makes sense. It doesn't say where they found it. They were on the newspaper. No. Recommended by friends? No. They just decided to go for it, and and then what happened is they had a horrible experience. So that will be the right answer for this question. And then number 3, having spilled wine on Benny's pants. Number 1, the waiter didn't apologize. The owner offered to pay for the cleaning. The waiter brought Benny an extra napkin. The waiter didn't help to clean up. Some people say, oops, sorry doesn't count as apologizing, but it is still apologizing. Didn't apologize. Yes, apologize. Owner didn't offer. Owner's information is there. He didn't offer to pay for the compensation. Extra napkin? No. They found the napkins everywhere around different tables and stuff like that. So the waiter didn't help them to clean up. And Tracy's spaghetti. What do you think of Tracy's spaghetti? Here you go. Her spaghetti was not cooked. Tomato sauce like canned soup. Benny's lasagna was inedible. So basically they both sucked. Was much better than Benny's lasagna. I don't think so, because inedible meaning is it's not even eatable. So at least hers, I guess she had a few bites. Was much worse than Benny. Was no better than Benny's. Was almost as good as it. So we gotta get rid of all these two. So the question is it worse? Or is it as bad as Benny's lasagna? So in that case, who are you to judge which one is worse? I would say, I don't think it has anything to do with the level of the quality of the food. I think they both sucked. And I don't see any grounds or reasoning behind to say that her spaghetti was worse than his. unless they were focusing on this inedible part. So this one, I think I'm gonna go with was no better than Benny's lasagna. And Benny would like to write the negative review, write to owner asking, write to owner and suggest a word, write to Joan about visiting party for his birthday. Benny was going to write some bad review. And Tracy and Benny would like to celebrate Joanne's birthday at Le French. See Joanne when she gets from the friends. Take Joanne to the French restaurant. Visit Joanne before she comes home. So give us a call before you come to town next month and we'll arrange to go somewhere special to celebrate your birthday. So they wanted to take her somewhere else when she's back. So see Joanne when she gets back from the friends. Okay, this is so far the question from number 1 to number 6. Okay, so let's move on to the next section. So in this question, you have to focusing on both information in the paragraphs, and also you need to read carefully in each sentences that surround the blank. Okay, it's not just you can answer all these questions understanding what the letter is about. It's more to the point. You need to understand both side, and in especially for filling out those blank question like this, you have to go through the contents of the reply. Hi Tracy, it sounds like you had a really disappointing, awesome, delightful, terrifying. You gotta pick one. So awesome and delightful, it's absolutely not. So it's either disappointing or terrifying. I would say both can be done, but it's more disappointing than terrifying. Terrifying is more scary feeling, so I would say it's a disappointing experience at Le French. I understand why Benny would love to visit France again, both the French and Italian food here, so it's kind of contradicts what they had. So here in France, amazing, are better than, are comparable to, are far more expensive than Le French. No, they are definitely better than the Le French. Probably anything you would find it in Winnipeg. Even so, remember that Le French is a new restaurant, so maybe you should go there one more time before Benny. What was Benny going to do? Write a bad review. I know that the blah was really bad, but it may be that this was not regular waiter, so it's just gotta be the service because it is talking about the waiter. Having said that, I think we should go to a different restaurant, eat in my pet bear's apartment, avoid drinking the wine, try the French again when we meet next month. This is a bit that you need to pay attention to. So in this letter, we can simply say that Tracy did not want to try that restaurant. Well, I guess it's because he understands the service was bad. So because the service was bad, they should try a different restaurant. Okay, that makes much more sense. Oh well. So there were quite a few tricky questions. I would say number 4 was a bit difficult. Number 1 was a bit difficult. And also the last one was a bit tricky.